Hi there, and welcome to this week's edition of your Wheel and Anchor weekly newsletter. Over the last couple of newsletters, I've been talking a little bit about our philosophy here at Wheel and Anchor about slow travel. I've shared with you a little bit about our program concepts, liveaways, like the one taking place here in Thailand at the moment, as well as our sojourn programs. But there's more to travel than just slow travel. And that brings me to share with you a little bit about my philosophy on what we call experiential travel. And that is, by some accounts, more conventional type travel, where it's a sightseeing trip. We visit a number of different places and sites along the way and don't necessarily pause for as long. And I think there's a lot of merit to this. And let's face it, this is perhaps the most common form of travel, because people want to go to experience something, a place in the world, a culture, a person, a food, whatever it happens to be. And that is something that has, for whatever reason, called them there. And we all know of the famous places. I can think of the first time that I went to Paris and was in awe at the Eiffel Tower, and I stood underneath and I looked up at it, and you know, this is an icon that at some point in our lives we all kind of want to experience. It might not be the Eiffel Tower for you. For me, one of the most stirring experiences was my first visit to the Great Wall of China, one of the most incredible structures to have been erected by human hands all those centuries and centuries ago. And so having those experiences, that moment in time where you can really feel history, feel human achievement, or maybe it's dining in some Michelin star restaurant in France by a famous chef, whatever it happens to be for you, but the experience is temporary and it's fleeting. But when you've done it, you feel like you've achieved something. You feel accomplished. You feel like your mission of travel was successful. And so that's why we have a number of trips, and why we also encourage this idea of experiential travel. And so there's room for both. There's room for all kinds of travel. And so you may reflect for yourself on what is most meaningful for you, whether it's going and indulging yourself in a place for a long time, or whether it's having those moments of glory, for lack of a better word, of again, ticking off that box, and not ticking off the box for the sake of satisfying your own ego, although for a lot of us that's what travel is all about, particularly experiential travel, keeping up with the Joneses, as it were. But more, as I say, as I shared with my example of the Great Wall, which for me stands out as one of those experiences, one of those short moments where I had literally a chill down my spine as I witnessed this structure, one of the only man-made structures that's visible from space, as they say, and you can't help, or I couldn't help, but feel awestruck by that moment, spending those moments that I spent on the Great Wall of China. So something for you to peruse, think about in terms of your view on travel, what calls to you, what appeals to you, and also here at Wheel and Anchor, we're trying to have all the different types of travel available, and really, again, listen to our membership about what is the kind of thing that that you'd like to do, because what you'd like to do is what we'd like to put together. So that's all for this week. Next week, talking about liveaways again. I'll be introducing our 2025 Koh Samui Liveaway program and the accompanying Koh Phangan Wellness program here, which is just currently underway. In fact, some members are just enjoying a massage and a spa here. So if you'd like to find more about that, next week is our webinar on that very topic. So look forward to catching up with you again next week. Take care, and greetings from here in Thailand.